Welcome. Let's explore 101 random facts that will make you puzzled all day. Let's go. Number 1. Yawning is more than just a sign of boredom or tiredness. It plays a role in regulating brain temperature. When you yawn, the influx of cool air helps to lower an overheated brain, which can occur during periods of fatigue or inactivity. This cooling effect may help improve alertness and cognitive functioning when you're feeling mentally sluggish or drowsy. Number 2. Goosebumps are a leftover evolutionary trait from our mammalian ancestors. When you're cold or afraid, tiny muscles at the base of hair follicles contract, causing the hairs to stand up. In animals, this helped trap more air for warmth, or made them look larger to predators. Though mostly ineffective for modern humans, the reflex still occurs automatically. Number 3. Cutting onions causes your eyes to water because of a chemical reaction. When an onion is sliced, it releases an enzyme that turns into propanethyl S-oxide, a gas that irritates the eyes. The irritation triggers tear glands to produce tears to flush out the compound, acting as a natural defense mechanism to protect the sensitive eye tissues. Number 4. Muscle cramps occur when muscle fibers contract involuntarily and are unable to relax. This painful condition can be caused by dehydration, a deficiency in key minerals like potassium or calcium, or overexertion. The imbalance in electrolytes disrupts normal nerve signals to the muscles, leading to spasms that often resolve on their own, but can be intensely uncomfortable. Number 5. The sky appears blue because of a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. Although sunlight looks white, it contains all visible colors. As sunlight passes through Earth's atmosphere, air molecules scatter shorter wavelengths, like blue, more effectively than longer ones. Because blue light is scattered in all directions, it dominates our view of the sky during the daytime, giving it a blue hue. Number 6. Dolphins have a fascinating way of sleeping known as unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. Their brain is divided into two hemispheres, and while one half rests, the other remains alert. This adaptation allows dolphins to continue surfacing for air and stay aware of potential predators. It enables them to get rest without becoming completely unconscious or immobile in the water. Number 7. Flamingos are born with gray feathers, but their distinctive pink color comes from their diet. They consume algae and small crustaceans that are rich in carotenoids, natural pigments that, when broken down in the liver, are deposited in the skin and feathers. Without this diet, flamingos would remain pale or white, showing how nutrition can affect physical appearance. Number 8. Migratory birds possess remarkable navigational skills, using several natural tools to find their way. They rely on Earth's magnetic field, the position of the sun and stars, and familiar landmarks. Incredibly, some species can even detect specific scents to guide their journey. These strategies allow them to travel thousands of miles with impressive accuracy, often returning to the same locations annually. Number 9. Airplanes remain airborne due to the principle of lift, generated by air flowing over their specially curved wings. This shape, known as an airfoil, creates lower pressure above the wing and higher pressure below, lifting the plane. Combined with engine thrust and precise control surfaces, this allows aircraft to take off, fly, and land safely while defying gravity. Number 10. Electricity is the movement of electrons through a conductive material, such as copper wire. This flow is driven by a difference in electric potential, often supplied by a battery or generator. As electrons move, they carry energy that powers devices like lights, computers, and appliances. Electricity is a fundamental form of energy that supports nearly all aspects of modern life. Number 11. Magnets attract certain metals because of the alignment of electrons within those materials. In substances like iron or nickel, magnetic domains, tiny regions with aligned magnetic fields, can be organized by an external magnet. This alignment creates a strong magnetic field that exerts force, pulling objects toward the magnet. Non-magnetic materials, like plastic or wood, lack this internal electron arrangement. Number 12. Electric cars are much quieter than traditional vehicles because they use electric motors instead of internal combustion engines. Combustion engines produce sound from fuel explosions and mechanical parts, while electric motors operate smoothly and silently. This not only reduces noise pollution in cities, but also contributes to a more pleasant and peaceful driving experience for both drivers and pedestrians. Number 13. Wristwatches turn clockwise because early clockmakers modeled them after sundials in the northern hemisphere. The sun's shadow moved from left to right across the dial, so mechanical clocks were designed to mimic this natural motion. This convention became the global standard, and most modern clocks and watches continue to follow this clockwise rotation based on that historical origin. Number 14. Wedding rings are traditionally worn on the fourth finger of the left hand due to an ancient belief. People once thought a vein, called the vena amoris, or vein of love, ran directly from this finger to the heart. Though anatomically incorrect, the symbolism endured, and the custom remains a romantic gesture representing love, unity, and lifelong partnership in many cultures. Number 15. Cats purr not only when they are content, but also to promote healing. The vibrations produced during purring occur at frequencies that may help reduce pain, stimulate bone growth, and accelerate tissue repair. This behavior can be a form of self-soothing, or even a way to communicate well-being and safety to humans and other animals in their environment. Number 16. Surnames originated as a way to distinguish individuals within growing communities. People were often named after their occupation, e.g., Smith, geographical location, e.g., hill, or personal traits, e.g., short. Over time, these identifiers became hereditary, passed down through generations. The use of surnames helped track family lines and organize societies more effectively as populations expanded. Number 17. The moon doesn't fall to Earth due to the balance between gravitational pull and its forward velocity. Earth's gravity constantly attracts the moon, but its motion creates a centrifugal effect that keeps it in orbit. This delicate balance of forces allows the moon to continuously fall around Earth, rather than crashing into it or drifting away. Number 18. Inside a black hole, matter is believed to be compressed into an infinitely dense point called a singularity. At this location, gravitational forces become so intense that the known laws of physics no longer apply. Time, space, and matter behave unpredictably, and current scientific models cannot fully describe what happens beyond the event horizon, the boundary of the black hole. Number 19. Stars appear to twinkle due to the Earth's turbulent atmosphere. As starlight travels through layers of air with varying temperatures and densities, the light path bends slightly. This refraction causes the star's brightness and position to fluctuate momentarily, creating the twinkling effect. Planets, which have a larger apparent size, usually appear steadier in the sky for the same reason. Number 20. Rainbows form when sunlight interacts with water droplets in the atmosphere. As light enters a droplet, it slows down and bends, a process called refraction. It then reflects off the inside surface of the droplet and bends again as it exits. This splits the light into its component colors, creating a vibrant arc of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Number 21. Pluto was reclassified and is no longer considered a full-fledged planet. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union revised the definition of a planet, requiring it to clear its orbit of other debris. While Pluto orbits the Sun and is spherical, it shares its orbital zone with other objects in the Kuiper Belt, failing to meet this key criterion. Number 22. The multiverse theory proposes that our universe might be just one of many. These hypothetical universes could have different physical laws, constants, and dimensions. While it's a captivating idea in theoretical physics and cosmology, the existence of multiple universes remains speculative and unproven, as there is currently no direct empirical evidence to observe or measure these alternate realities. Number 23. Space is extremely cold, with temperatures in the vast, empty regions between celestial bodies dropping to around minus 270 degrees Celsius, just a few degrees above absolute zero. At this temperature, atomic motion nearly ceases. Because space lacks an atmosphere or medium to retain heat, objects not exposed to direct sunlight quickly lose thermal energy and become frigid. Number 24. A supernova occurs when a massive star reaches the end of its life cycle. After burning all its nuclear fuel, the star's core collapses under gravity, triggering a powerful explosion. This event releases vast amounts of energy, dispersing elements into space. Supernovae play a crucial role in the formation of new stars and the distribution of heavier elements. Number 25. Mars appears red due to the presence of iron oxide, commonly known as rust, on its surface. The iron in Martian soil reacts with trace amounts of oxygen in the atmosphere, producing the reddish hue. This coloration is why Mars is often called the red planet. Its dusty, oxidized landscape gives it a distinct appearance compared to other planets. Number 26. Stars are born within vast clouds of gas and dust called nebulae. When a region of the nebula becomes dense enough, gravity causes it to collapse inward. As the gas compresses, temperatures rise until nuclear fusion ignites, converting hydrogen into helium. This process releases energy and marks the formation of a new star, beginning its journey through the cosmos. Number 27. Dark matter is an invisible substance that does not emit, absorb, or reflect light, making it undetectable by normal means. However, scientists infer its presence through its gravitational effects on galaxies and galaxy clusters. It appears to make up about 27% of the universe's mass energy content and is essential to explaining the structure and motion of cosmic systems. Number 28. Comets develop tails when they approach the sun. As solar radiation heats their icy nuclei, gas and dust are released, forming two tails, one of gas and one of dust. The solar wind and radiation pressure push these tails away from the sun, resulting in a glowing trail that always points in the opposite direction of the sun. Number 29. When submerged in water, human fingers wrinkle due to an evolutionary adaptation. This response is controlled by the nervous system and enhances grip on wet or slippery surfaces. The wrinkling creates channels that help direct water away, increasing friction. It likely helped our ancestors gather food or move more safely in wet environments, even though the mechanism isn't fully understood. Number 30. Bread goes hard while cake becomes soft over time due to moisture redistribution. In bread, water evaporates, causing it to dry out and become firm. In contrast, cake contains sugar, which attracts moisture from the air, making the texture softer. These changes occur even without spoilage and are part of the natural staling process in baked goods. Number 31. France has the most time zones of any country, totaling 12. This is due to its many overseas territories located around the world, including regions in the Caribbean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and South America. These widespread locations each observe different local times, contributing to France's time zone diversity. Number 32. Zebras have black and white stripes that serve multiple purposes. The patterns may confuse predators by distorting their body outline, especially when moving in groups. Additionally, stripes help regulate body temperature by creating small convection currents and may reduce insect bites by disrupting how flies perceive surfaces. Number 33. Mirages are optical illusions caused by light bending through layers of air with different temperatures. On hot days, light from the sky bends upward after hitting warm ground air, making it appear like there's water or a reflective surface. This phenomenon is most commonly seen on roads or deserts. Number 34. The sensation of butterflies in the stomach is caused by the body's stress response. When nervous, the sympathetic nervous system diverts blood flow from the stomach to muscles. This shift leads to reduced digestion, muscle tension, and a fluttery feeling in the abdomen, often experienced before performing or during anxiety. Number 35. Tamil is considered the oldest living language still spoken today. With literary roots dating back over 2,000 years, it remains widely used in southern India and Sri Lanka. Tamil has a rich classical tradition and is one of the few ancient languages still actively spoken by millions of people globally. Number 36. Weeks consist of 7 days due to ancient astronomical and cultural traditions. Early civilizations observed 7 celestial bodies: the Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. These bodies influenced calendars, and the 7-day structure was eventually adopted by major religions, including Judaism and Christianity, cementing it in modern society. Number 37. Airplanes produce white contrails when hot engine exhaust meets cold, moist air at high altitudes. The water vapor condenses quickly into ice crystals, forming visible trails. These contrails can linger or dissipate quickly depending on atmospheric conditions and are often mistaken for pollution, but consist mostly of water vapor. Number 38. Swiss watches are celebrated worldwide for their quality, precision, and craftsmanship. Switzerland's long-standing tradition of horology, strict manufacturing standards, and innovations like waterproofing and self-winding mechanisms have built a strong reputation. Swiss timepieces are often seen as luxury items and are heavily associated with reliability and elegant engineering. Number 39. The Mandela effect describes a collective false memory, where many people remember events differently from how they actually occurred. The name comes from widespread mistaken beliefs that Nelson Mandela died in prison. Psychologists suggest this effect is linked to memory distortion, social influence, or even the brain's reconstructive nature. Number 40. X-rays are a type of high-energy electromagnetic radiation used in medical imaging. They pass through soft body tissues but are absorbed by denser materials like bones, creating a contrast image. Discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, X-rays revolutionized diagnostics and remain essential in identifying fractures, infections, and internal abnormalities. Number 41. White helmets are commonly used on construction sites because the color reflects sunlight, helping keep workers cooler in hot conditions. Additionally, white is highly visible from a distance, enhancing safety and communication. In some industries, helmet color also indicates job roles, with white often reserved for supervisors or engineers. Number 42. The microwave oven was invented by accident. Percy Spencer, an engineer working with radar technology, noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket melted near active radar equipment. This discovery led to the development of microwave cooking, where electromagnetic waves excite water molecules in food, generating heat rapidly and efficiently. Number 43. Koalas sleep up to 20 hours a day due to their highly specialized diet of eucalyptus leaves. These leaves are low in nutrients and difficult to digest, requiring a slow metabolism. By sleeping extensively, koalas conserve energy while their bodies break down the tough, fibrous plant material in their diet. Number 44. Volcanoes erupt when pressure builds up beneath Earth's crust from molten rock, gases, and steam. When this pressure exceeds the strength of the rock above, it breaks through, releasing lava, ash, and gases. These eruptions can dramatically reshape landscapes and affect climate, depending on their size and composition. Number 45. The ocean's saltiness comes from minerals like sodium and chloride that are eroded from rocks on land. Rainwater carries these dissolved minerals through rivers into the sea. Over millions of years, this process has made the oceans increasingly salty, with levels balancing through evaporation and mineral deposition on the seafloor. Number 46. A kaleidoscope works using mirrors set at angles inside a tube, reflecting pieces of colored glass or plastic. As the tube rotates, the reflections form symmetrical, shifting patterns. The arrangement of mirrors creates multiple images from a single fragment, producing intricate designs that change with movement, showcasing geometric beauty and color. Number 47. Chameleons change color by altering the arrangement of nanocrystals in specialized skin cells called iridophores. These changes help with camouflage, temperature regulation, and communication. Color shifts can signal mood, stress, or social intentions. Contrary to popular belief, chameleons don't match every background, but display a range of natural tones. Number 48. The placebo effect occurs when a person experiences real health improvements after receiving a treatment that has no active ingredients. It's driven by the belief that the treatment will work. This psychological phenomenon highlights the power of expectation and the brain's ability to influence physical sensations and healing responses. Number 49. Bats hang upside down because their unique foot structure doesn't support standing upright. Their tendons lock into place while hanging, allowing them to rest without using energy. This position also gives them a quick launch advantage, as they can drop into flight instantly if threatened or disturbed while roosting. Number 50. The northern lights, or aurora borealis, occur when charged particles from the sun collide with gases in Earth's upper atmosphere. These collisions excite atoms like oxygen and nitrogen, which then release light. The result is glowing, colorful waves in the sky, usually seen near the magnetic poles during solar activity. Number 51. Dogs see the world differently than humans. While they can't perceive the full color spectrum, primarily seeing shades of blue and yellow, they have superior night vision due to more rod cells in their retinas. Dogs also detect motion more effectively, which helps with hunting and awareness. Their vision is optimized for survival rather than vibrant detail. Number 52. Penguins cannot fly because their wings have evolved into flippers suited for swimming. Over time, their bone structure became denser, reducing buoyancy and aiding underwater navigation. Their powerful flippers allow them to dive deep and swim rapidly. Though flightless in the air, penguins are highly agile flyers beneath the ocean's surface, adapted for aquatic life. Number 53. Bees communicate using a method called the waggle dance, where a bee moves in a figure-8 pattern to indicate the direction and distance of food sources. They also release pheromones to signal danger, mark flowers, or coordinate hive activities. This combination of movement and scent allows bees to share detailed information with remarkable precision. Number 54. Turtles tend to live long lives due to a combination of biological factors. Their slow metabolism reduces cellular wear and energy demands. Additionally, they have strong immune systems and experience minimal stress in their natural environments. Their protective shells also guard against many predators, allowing them to survive for decades, and in some species, even over a century. Number 55. Gray hair results from a decrease in melanin production within hair follicles. As we age, pigment-producing cells called melanocytes gradually become less active or die off. Without melanin, hair grows in transparent or white, which appears gray against darker strands. Genetics and stress may influence the timing and rate of graying for each individual. Number 56. Different colored eyes, a condition called heterochromia, occur due to variations in melanin levels between the eyes. It can be genetic, present from birth, or acquired through injury, illness, or medication. While usually harmless, drastic changes in eye color may warrant medical evaluation. Heterochromia gives a striking, though rare, variation in eye appearance. Number 57. Sugar provides quick energy because it rapidly breaks down into glucose, the body's primary fuel. Once consumed, simple sugars are absorbed into the bloodstream and transported to cells, where they're used for immediate energy. This is why sugary snacks can cause a temporary energy spike, although it's often followed by a quick drop in energy. Number 58. Hiccups are involuntary contractions of the diaphragm, the muscle that helps control breathing. These spasms are immediately followed by the sudden closure of the vocal cords, producing the characteristic hic sound. They can be triggered by eating too quickly, drinking carbonated beverages, or sudden emotional reactions, and usually resolve on their own without treatment. Number 59. When we're nervous or stressed, the body activates sweat glands, especially in the palms, soles, and armpits, as part of the fight-or-flight response. The brain signals the release of stress hormones like adrenaline, which stimulates sweating. This reaction may have evolved to help improve grip or cool the body during perceived threats or high-alert situations. Number 60. Trees shed their leaves in autumn to prepare for winter. By dropping leaves, trees reduce water loss and energy expenditure during cold months when sunlight and moisture are scarce. The process is regulated by changes in daylight and temperature, signaling trees to seal off leaf stems and conserve resources until spring returns. Number 61. Kangaroos jump as their primary form of movement because hopping is highly energy efficient. Their powerful hind legs and long tendons store elastic energy, allowing them to cover large distances with minimal effort. This method helps them travel quickly across Australia's vast, open landscapes while conserving energy, especially important in arid regions where food and water are sparse. Number 62. Aquatic plants breathe underwater by absorbing dissolved oxygen through their leaves and specialized tissues. Many have pores called stomata, or structures that allow gas exchange directly with the surrounding water. Some species also transport oxygen from the surface through hollow stems or internal air channels, helping them survive in submerged or oxygen-poor environments like ponds and wetlands. Number 63. Snails have shells as a form of protection. The hard, coiled structure shields their soft bodies from predators, harsh weather, and dehydration. Made primarily of calcium carbonate, the shell grows with the snail and serves as a mobile shelter. When threatened, snails retreat into the shell, sealing the entrance with mucus, or a tough structure called an operculum. Number 64. Bears hibernate by significantly lowering their metabolic rate, heart rate, and body temperature. During this dormant state, they don't eat, drink, urinate, or defecate, surviving entirely on stored body fat. This adaptation allows them to endure months of food scarcity during winter. Hibernation also helps conserve energy and protect them from severe weather and resource shortages. Number 65. Solar panels work by converting sunlight into electricity using photovoltaic, PV cells, typically made of silicon. When sunlight hits the cells, it excites electrons, creating an electric current. This direct current, DC, is then converted into alternating current, AC, by an inverter, making it usable for homes and businesses. Solar energy is sustainable, clean, and increasingly cost-effective. Number 66. Airplanes fly faster at high altitudes because the air is thinner, meaning there's less resistance or drag. With fewer air molecules to push through, aircraft engines can operate more efficiently at cruising speeds. Additionally, flying higher allows pilots to avoid weather disturbances and turbulence, resulting in smoother, faster, and more fuel-efficient travel conditions. Number 67. GPS, or Global Positioning System, works by receiving signals from a network of satellites orbiting Earth. A GPS device calculates its location by measuring the time it takes for signals from at least 4 satellites to reach it. By triangulating these distances, it determines the user's precise position, speed, and elevation anywhere on the planet. Number 68. Batteries lose charge over time due to chemical degradation. As they go through charge and discharge cycles, the materials inside, such as lithium ions, gradually degrade or become less efficient. Also, tiny chemical changes accumulate, reducing the battery's capacity. Even when not in use, slow internal reactions and temperature variations can cause batteries to lose power gradually. Number 69. Robots think using pre-programmed algorithms, sensors, and artificial intelligence systems. These programs process information from the environment, allowing robots to make decisions, perform tasks, and adapt to changes. While they don't possess consciousness, robots can simulate thoughtful behavior by following complex instructions and learning patterns, especially when integrated with machine learning or neural networks. Number 70. A laser works by stimulating atoms or molecules to emit light at a specific wavelength. These photons are reflected between mirrors, amplifying the light into a concentrated beam. Unlike regular light, laser light is coherent, meaning the waves move in unison and in a single direction. This focused beam is used in surgery, communication, and industrial cutting. Number 71. Artificial intelligence, AI, refers to machines or software systems designed to perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence. These tasks include learning, reasoning, problem-solving, and language understanding. AI systems use algorithms and large data sets to recognize patterns and make decisions. From voice assistants to recommendation engines, AI is increasingly influencing how we work, communicate, and interact with technology. Number 72. Helicopters fly using large rotating blades, or rotors, that generate lift by forcing air downward. The main rotor provides both lift and forward motion, while a smaller tail rotor counters the torque effect to maintain stability and direction. Unlike airplanes, helicopters can hover, take off vertically, and move in any direction, making them ideal for rescue and remote access. Number 73. Magnets attract certain materials, like iron, nickel, and cobalt, because of the alignment of magnetic domains within those substances. In these metals, electrons spin in similar directions, creating tiny magnetic fields. When many of these fields align, they produce a noticeable force. This magnetic attraction is the basis for motors, compasses, and many everyday devices, including refrigerator magnets and speakers. Number 74. Fiber optics are thin strands of glass or plastic that transmit data as pulses of light. These light signals travel through the core by reflecting off the interior walls in a process called total internal reflection. Used in internet, television, and medical imaging, fiber optics allow for high-speed, long-distance communication with minimal signal loss and electromagnetic interference. Number 75. We say "bless you" after someone sneezes because of ancient beliefs that sneezing might expel the soul or invite illness. In some cultures, it was thought to ward off evil spirits or protect against the plague. Today, it's a social custom, a polite gesture rooted in history more than medical necessity, even though the original superstitions have faded. Number 76. Knock on wood is a superstition meant to prevent bad luck after making a hopeful statement. The practice may have originated from ancient cultures that believed spirits lived in trees. Touching wood was thought to invoke protection or avoid tempting fate. Today, people knock on tables, doors, or other wooden surfaces to preserve good fortune. Number 77. Words mean different things in different countries because language evolves uniquely within cultural and regional contexts. Over time, pronunciation, slang, and meanings shift based on local usage, history, and influence from other languages. For example, pants means underwear in British English, but trousers in American English. These differences highlight how language adapts to its environment. Number 78. Emojis originated in Japan in the 1990s as simple pictorial icons to convey emotions or ideas in digital messages. Created by Shigetaka Kurita, the original emoji set included items like hearts, faces, and weather symbols. Emojis evolved alongside mobile technology and are now a global communication tool, adding emotional nuance and visual flair to text-based conversations. Number 79. Space appears dark, despite the sun's brightness, because there is no atmosphere to scatter light. On Earth, sunlight interacts with air molecules, creating blue skies. In space, without particles to diffuse light, the sky remains black even when the sun is shining. Light travels in straight lines, so unless it hits something, it remains invisible to the eye. Number 80. Planets form from the remnants of dust and gas left over after a star is born. These particles clump together through gravity in a process called accretion. Over millions of years, they grow into larger bodies called planetesimals, which further collide and merge. Eventually, they become planets, clearing their orbits and establishing stable paths around their stars. Number 81. A light year measures distance, not time. It is the distance that light travels in one Earth year, approximately 9.46 trillion kilometers, 5.88 trillion miles. Astronomers use light years to express vast distances between stars and galaxies. For example, if a star is 10 light years away, its light takes 10 years to reach Earth. Number 82. Saturn's rings are visible because they're made of ice, rock, and dust particles that reflect sunlight. These particles range in size from tiny grains to large boulders. The rings are wide but incredibly thin, spanning hundreds of thousands of kilometers in diameter, but only a few meters thick, creating a bright and stunning visual through telescopes. Number 83. We estimate the age of stars using several methods, including their color, brightness, and chemical composition. Astronomers place stars on the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram to compare them with well-studied stars of known ages. By studying nuclear fusion stages and observing star clusters, scientists can reasonably determine how long a star has existed and predict how long it will live. Number 84. Watches are traditionally worn on the left wrist because most people are right-handed. This placement allows easier adjustment with the dominant hand and reduces the risk of damage during daily activities. The habit began with early wristwatches used by soldiers who needed quick access without interference from weapons or tools, and the tradition continues today. Number 85. Bread has holes due to the carbon dioxide gas released by yeast during fermentation. As the dough rises, trapped gas forms bubbles in the gluten network, which expand during baking and create air pockets. The type of flour, kneading method, and proofing time all influence the size and distribution of these holes in the finished loaf. Number 86. Glasses were invented in the 13th century Italy to help people with vision problems. The earliest versions were simple convex lenses mounted in frames and used for reading. Over time, lenses evolved to correct various vision impairments like nearsightedness and astigmatism. Today, glasses are not only functional, but also serve as fashion accessories and protective eyewear. Number 87. Coins have ridged edges, a feature called reeding to prevent fraud. In the past, coins were made from precious metals, and people would shave off small amounts for personal gain. Edges help deter this by making tampering obvious. Though most modern coins don't contain valuable metals, the tradition of edge designs continues for security and aesthetic purposes. Number 88. Paper turns yellow over time because of the breakdown of cellulose, a key component of plant fibers. Exposure to light, heat, and oxygen accelerates this process. Lignin, a compound present in lower-grade paper, also contributes by oxidizing and causing discoloration. Acid-free paper, often used in archival materials, resists yellowing and lasts significantly longer than regular paper. Number 89. Exercise strengthens bones through a process called bone remodeling. When bones experience stress from physical activity, especially weight-bearing exercises, cells called osteoblasts respond by building new bone tissue. This increases bone density and strength over time. Regular exercise is especially important in childhood and adolescence to build peak bone mass and in adulthood to prevent osteoporosis. Number 90. When we're scared, our heart rate increases due to the release of adrenaline. This hormone triggers the body's fight or flight response, preparing it to either face danger or escape. The heart pumps faster to deliver more oxygen and nutrients to muscles, enhancing physical readiness. This rapid heartbeat is a key part of the body's stress reaction. Number 91. Medieval castles were fortified structures built to defend against invaders. With thick stone walls, moats, drawbridges, and arrow slits, castles served as military strongholds and homes for nobility. They were often strategically placed near rivers, trade routes, or borders to control territory and provide a base for local governance and protection. Number 92. During the Middle Ages, the majority of the population were peasants who worked the land. They lived in small villages and owed labor or rent to a local lord. Life was physically demanding, with little upward mobility. Despite hardships, peasants formed the backbone of medieval society, producing food and goods essential for survival. Number 93. The Black Death, a bubonic plague outbreak in the 14th century, killed an estimated 1/3 of Europe's population. The massive death toll caused labor shortages, weakened the feudal system, and shifted economic power toward the working class. It also led to widespread social, religious, and cultural upheaval that reshaped medieval society. Number 94. Knights were expected to uphold a code of conduct called chivalry. This code emphasized bravery, loyalty, courtesy, and protection of the weak. While idealized in literature, real knights often fell short of these standards. Still, chivalry influenced medieval warfare, courtly love, and the social expectations of nobility and warriors. Number 95. The Catholic Church held immense power in medieval Europe. It influenced politics, education, and even personal behavior. Monasteries preserved knowledge through handwritten manuscripts, and clergy often acted as advisors to kings. Religious festivals marked the calendar year, and belief in heaven, hell, and divine judgment shaped how people lived and understood the world. Number 96. In medieval towns, skilled workers formed guilds, organizations that regulated their professions. Guilds set standards for quality, wages, and training through apprenticeships. They also protected members' interests and provided mutual support. Becoming a master in a guild was a long process, but it offered economic stability and social standing in growing urban centers. Number 97. Medieval society was organized under feudalism, a system based on mutual obligations. Kings granted land to nobles in exchange for loyalty and military service. Nobles, in turn, provided protection and land to vassals and peasants. This hierarchical structure created a web of allegiances that governed land ownership, law, and daily life. Number 98. Medieval medicine relied heavily on ancient Greek and Roman ideas, especially the theory of the four humors: blood, phlegm, black bile, and yellow bile. Illness was thought to result from imbalances in these humors. Treatments included herbal remedies, bloodletting, and prayer. Medical knowledge was limited, and much of it was preserved in monastic libraries. Number 99. Most medieval people couldn't read or write. Literacy was largely confined to clergy and scholars who studied Latin texts. Education was centered in monasteries and cathedral schools. As the Middle Ages progressed, universities emerged in cities like Paris and Bologna, eventually expanding access to learning beyond the religious elite. Number 100. In early medieval justice systems, guilt or innocence was sometimes determined by ordeal. Accused individuals might undergo painful tests, such as holding hot iron or being submerged in water, believing divine intervention would protect the innocent. These trials were eventually replaced by more evidence-based legal procedures as law and governance evolved. Number 101. The Crusades were a series of religious wars launched by European Christians to reclaim the Holy Land. While they often failed militarily, the Crusades increased trade between Europe and the Middle East, introduced new ideas and technologies, and deepened cultural interactions. They also intensified religious tensions and reshaped political power structures across continents.